Hello, my friend, welcome to our channel. A Filipino celebrity now. In this video we are going to tell you about ang kwento nating dalawa. You said there would be forever, yet here we are standing on the edge. If it had been no longer for those phrases from the movie's unique soundtrack, Walang Hanggan by Quest, it might be simpler to overlook the cause of ang kwento nating dalawa's stressed settings. Throughout the movie, you will see the characters in motion, sitting in a taxi or on the stairs of a bridge, getting ready on teaching platforms, and stalling among stations. Always in transit, ang kwento nating dalawa. By no means shall we neglect that the characters are in love, however, this love is transient. However much they would maintain that things should be unique, the street will constantly reach a conclusion, and the train will continuously halt. The camera in this movie has a comparable obsession with homes beneath construction, hinting at matters now no longer pretty shape but matters with possibly no finishing touch or fulfillment. With outright labels, just like the love between Sam and Isa. We no longer want to peer through the complete movie to apprehend those metaphors for dating that have run their due course. They are obvious enough in the music video for Walang Hanggan that makes use of clips from the movie. Indeed, the resonant, heartbreaking music is liable for plenty of the crowds that went to see the indie image in its business launch. The social media marketing campaign for the movie banked on the music's hugot or heartbreaking feel to attract the sawi, the romantically frustrated. People went to the theater waiting to be delivered to tears, perhaps in search of valid consolation in a movie, or possibly just curious but organized for an amazing cry. It is worthwhile to think of the film in explicit contrast to traditional Filipino romance movies. It is deluding to perceive this promoting methodology to imply that ang kwento nating dalawa complies with the shows and utilizes similar strategies as standard sentiments. Assuming the watchers entered the film expecting simple tears, they would have likely been disheartened. The film takes a famous, open point, a popular, productive subject, truth be told, of standard film, and treats it with development. In the event that the film has a feel, it doesn't convey so with a royal flair. Consider the film's numerous long takes. We find ourselves in a long scene several times, watching Sam and Isa after they have reached a critical point in their relationship. The camera lingers on the two of them, wordless, while the reel quietly rolls on. Some may find the extended takes pointless and boring, but others tolerate the uncomfortable situations and interpret them as an expression of the difficult intimacy of love. This isn't always to mention that is the simplest manner to apprehend the one scene, the one filmmaking selection, and different cinematic choices. The lesson is that, like many desirable movies, a part of ang kwento nating dalawa's cost and richness comes from a degree of planned vagueness. A few best of being undefined, that leaves room for numerous meanings. Conventional movies are continually reduced to a standard, consistent pace, as though afraid to bore the target market, and the technique by no means leaves room for asking what's taking place right here, and why. Ang kwento nating dalawa is like a relationship that gives and additionally asks from its viewers for persistence and understanding. The movie offers us a glimpse of only a few central moments of a relationship that has, of course, been through many days and weeks, and months, and nevertheless includes an indeterminate future. It asks us to fill in the gaps, to write, ourselves, the story between the lines, and with any luck, obtain an understanding in the process of doing so. One such insight is the fact that ang kwento nating dalawa is nothing if and never a realistic, perhaps much needed, depiction of your enchantment in its last stages, an enchantment wherein in fact the gatherings demonstrate respect and kindness, as offered to understand their circumstances. The noiseless, gentle long might take is a demonstration against our classic rom-coms, the spot that the disintegration of relationships are always portrayed with much melodrama. In the valuable movies you will find a wide variety of words, of blame and raging anger. The conflict is obviously on the se desenvolvendo, in public areas. Ang kwento nating dalawa, our characters cry, but there is absolutely no wearing down, no scandalous lover, jostle in public areas. These keep their coordinating private, they help keep them from being tentative, even cautious. Life proceeds following your tears, which have now been shed. Deviations, detractors, selections. This now and again diffuse deviations within the movie, compared to traditional romances, carry over to different factors. On tune, whilst Quest's music is attracting moviegoers to ang kwento nating dalawa, the movie itself has a nearly opposite mindset to tone. We pay attention to it most easily while the characters themselves are taking note of it or making it. But even then it smiles continually difficult to pay attention. It is hardly ever heard with readability over the noises of the streets. It isn't always used to drum up emotions. Ang kwento nating dalawa avoids even this standard filmmaking technique. In loneliness or in an attempt to distract themselves from Togong concerns, they put their headphones trying to find emotional respite. However, it appears to be of little assistance to them. In the same manner, it smiles irritating for us. The target market, whilst we attempt to pay attention in and percentage of their tone. Account and cinematography are different components taking away from the general nature of the film. The story feels its need as the straightforward stage whereupon the film portrays and uncovered a specific period of affection. Nothing bad can really be said about it without help from anyone else, yet the choice to end the story on an uncertain note might be the straw that broke the camel's back, with which a portion of the crowd will excuse the film completely. Concerning the difficulties of shooting the scenes in packed public spots can't be undervalued, significantly more so when long takes are involved. By the by, it is bumping to see dust on the focal point, and it is diverting when the camera can't acclimate to the dimness of an indoor entry as the characters stroll, starting with one outside area then onto the next. Sharpness and variety reviewing is likewise conflicting with the comprehension, however, that the broad utilization of shallow profundity of field is critical for shooting out in the open spots. Obviously, there are other nearby autonomous movies with comparative premises that are really satisfying and refined in the visual angle. This large number of components meet up and show up in a final result that is most certainly polarizing. With the heaviness of that publicity, the people who went to get the film in its wide business delivery would have either acknowledged and valued its achievements, or abided in its failure. Neither of them can be blamed nor lauded for their discernment. In whether or not love is something that is, once in a while, basically not intended to be, or whether something can continuously be gotten with adequate battle, the film stands nearer to the fatalistic side. Maybe we ought to leave the film similarly, that it is either a profoundly moving encounter, the sort of story that turns out to be essential for you as time elapses, or that, in the wake of allowing it an opportunity, you actually sense that something is missing, and you simply desire to ultimately find something different that feels squarely in the future.
A 2016 film cast then and now in 2022, so let's get started right away. Number 1. Nicco Manalo, the talented son of Jose Manalo, like father, like son. Nicco Manalo, the son of Eat Bulaga star Jose Manalo, is making a name for himself in the world of theater and indie film. Nicco is a talented theater actor. Here they are in Yes Magazine's 100 Most Beautiful Stars of 2016, in a web-based article distributed in August 2015. Jose said that he was very glad that his child Nicco is becoming famous in the big time. The humorist additionally uncovered in the meeting that he made it clear to his child that he won't assist him with pushing his showbiz vocation, since he believes that Nicco should find success through his own persistent effort. Nicco won the Best Supporting Actor in Cinemalaya 2014 for his role in The Janitor. He captured us heart and soul in the indie romance film Kwento Nating Dalawa. Nicco also stars in another theater act titled Mula Sa Buwan. Number 2. Artist and entertainer Emmanuelle Vera, perhaps stepping a similar way Megan Young took in her excursion to the Miss World crown. The 26-year-old former star Magic Ability is one of the 45 competitors in the Miss World Philippines 2021 show. Zoe Emmanuelle, an alumna of St. Paul College and 8 Neo de Manila University, is compassionate, an alternate side of her that she has not exactly shown, deciding to take care of all her worker responsibilities in private. The Phil-AM Excellence, a ravenous peruser and eater, is preparing under the Kagandahang Florus Magnificence cap. In a new meeting, Emmanuelle conceded that she had experienced harassment for being pudgy. A horrible encounter that caused her to go through a horrendous workout schedule quite a while back. Of late, I've been fixated on all things wellness and health, from taking sustenance and exercise science courses on the web, to thinking of solid recipes, to chasing after the best enhancements. The beneficial outcomes of carrying on with a superior level of personal satisfaction have me completely snared, Emmanuelle posted on Instagram, for her Miss World Philippines Excellence with a Purpose backing. Emmanuelle is zeroing in on the stage to welcome mindfulness on battling the web sexual double-dealing of youngsters. Emmanuelle delivered her self-named debut collection under Universal Records Philippines in 2012 and joined the main time of The Voice Philippines in 2013 where she sang "Someplace Over the Rainbow" that made Black Eyed Peas APL.the.AP turn her seat. She was essential to the triplet O Diva with Clarice de Guzman and Liesl Garcia, tutored by Casey Tandingan, which won third spot in the We Love OPM Celebrity Sing-Offs in 2016. Likewise, a trying entertainer, Emmanuelle was featured in various TV programs on ABS-CBN beginning in 2010 and made her presentation appearance on GMA Network in 2018 in the show series The Stepdaughters, which featured Megan Young. She featured in the widely praised 2014 non-mainstream Nestor Aberginas ang Kwento Nating Dalawa with Nicco Manalo and repeated her part in the 2019 hit spin-off Teo, So Huling Buwaning Ton. Number 3. Brian Gabriel Corella. He's the proprietor and head brewer at the Maverick PH. And he's also 1/5 of Folk 1006, a barbershop and retail location situated on the notable road of Escolta. He's a fashioner by calling, and a hopeful business visionary through hustle. He does not obviously have an excellent regular day-to-morning routine, but permit him to try to offer my usual. Their usual day-to-evening is checking emails after stretching for a period of time, and then he cooks breakfast and watches a show, half-heartedly, whilst eating. By 11 am, he contacts the shop to see if all is well and when they have started. If all is generally well with shopping, he starts packaging pomades for transport. This often occupies 2 hours of his day and happens about 3 times per week. Their days from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. are a cycle of meetings, managing the shops, deliveries to barbershops, and even more conferences. He spends nearly one evening each month dangling out and consuming with friends. Their other nights will undoubtedly be spent brewing pomade, experimenting with fresh stuff, and presenting pomades. In between those hours, he had a video connection with his partner, who is remaining in Sydney now. Many of his days are spent in the shop and Escolta, wherever he arrived to shoot the many daily lives of people with his camcorder. Number 4, Sari Estrada, won an award for her video clip, SNSI Lolo Me, and the fact that the writer would perform an attribute on her. Sari Estrada is a whimsical filmmaker whereby she identifies herself as a Disney princess. The woman seems like just one, pretty, statuesque, and works like one, too, like Princess Anna, from Frozen, to be precise. Detailed with pretty decent knowledge at singing and general goofiness, certainly, there are several short funny video lessons that produces the idea safe to speak about the truth that Sari Estrada may be effortlessly hilarious. Her label of joy isn't what we should be utilized to locating, but the great reception to Lolo Me is substantiation that the Philippine audience is placed for a notable difference in scenery. That is in relation to both humor and indie film issues. We are not essential to get ha 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 or hoo 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 all the time. She got into film as a last-minute significant decision for a fourth-year excessive school in Miriam. Prior to that, her priorities used to be set regarding psychology, communication, and cinema. She does think what makes her laugh is a result of every one of the video projects she had to do for secondary school. It was really me firing and editing these individuals, and she always built a spot to make them hilarious so when she would present for class, everyone could laugh. It turned out to be the greatest thing, and she also imagined, I wanted to continue to keep doing this. She wants to always keep making women and men laugh. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.